Hi everyone, it's Lydia aka Thoroughly Rigid, and welcome to Whimsical Wednesdays, where we discuss astrological events and tarot themes that may be impacting and influencing the collective as well as you on an individual level. Today we'll be discussing Mars in retrograde in the sign of Cancer. Mars entered retrograde around December 6th last year, and it's been in the sign of Cancer since September 4th of last year. By the time I upload this, it will already have been direct starting February 23rd. A planet goes retrograde is all about introspection. In this case, it being Mars going into retrograde, we are called to kind of take a step back, pause for a minute. It's not about stagnation, it's not about being stuck, it's about not taking impulsive action, that Aries Mars energy, but more so thinking through our actions. And in this case, with it being in the sign of Cancer, it's about feeling through our emotions before we make a decision. Now, me personally, I'm a projector, an emotional projector, if you know anything about human design. And I always have to do that. I always have to feel before I make a decision. I have to work through my emotions before I make a decision. So with the Cancer Mars energy, that's the overall energy for the whole collective. No matter who you are, no matter what your human design is or your zodiac sign, it's going to affect you in that way. Now, it's going to be different how everybody handles this energy because of your natal chart and your personal cosmic imprint or whatever. But the overall energy is to sit us down and make us reflect on how we take action, where we take action, where we're putting our time and energy into, and how we make decisions. During this time, it's good to ask yourself, how does this make me feel? How will this make me feel? If I make this choice versus this choice, how do they make me feel differently? Like, let's say if I'm choosing between, I don't know, almond butter and peanut butter, how would choosing one or the other make me feel? Now, will I be more satisfied with peanut butter? Okay, but maybe I don't have the best reaction to peanut butter, so maybe I should go with the almond butter, depending on how I want to feel. That's another question. The sign of Cancer not only rules our emotions because it is ruled by the moon, but it also rules our familial bonds. So a lot of you may have been called to reconcile with certain family members and learn to forgive them for their past transgressions, whether they meant to do what they did or not, okay? Because a lot of people have familial trauma. And with it being in Mars, it's like you're being called to sit down and reflect on choices and decisions and actions of yourself as well as others, again, specifically your family. And Cancer also has this touch of nostalgia. So not only were you called to reflect on familial bonds, you probably were also called to reflect on past friendships, past relationships, childhood friends. Not so heavy on the childhood, because if it was in Leo, it would be more heavily like child themed and, you know, our inner child and all of that. But Cancer is more about those memories we make with people, okay? That nostalgia factor. Maybe you did get called to certain things that you loved to do as a child, or just nostalgic shows, nostalgic themes, nostalgic memories. And the important thing about this retrograde specifically is not getting caught up in reminiscing, but sitting down with yourself and reflecting on these experiences and memories and people and making peace with it, making peace with the past, gaining closure on these relationships and these bonds and these feelings and emotions. Especially during the waning moon cycles during this transit, it was very important to release and let go of a lot of emotional baggage that you may have picked up and acquired through these experiences, through these relationships, through these bonds, through your family, and come to peace with accepting that it happened, finding the good, seeing the good in it, but also closing that door on that chapter. More negative sense, if you didn't learn to work through these emotions and baggage, it's not too late. It's just that the retrograde Mars in Cancer gives you that opportunity, that kind of boost of internal energy to come to terms with certain experiences. Also, a big theme I noticed with this transit is finding the good in past situations that you previously thought were detrimental or innately bad. So let's say you had a falling out with a friend. You could have in the past been bitter, and this transit could have pushed you to have more compassion for that person and yourself for being in that situation, for being in that friendship, and learn to cherish the good times that you had with that person. Because at the end of the day, it's funny, I was talking to my little brother about this. I believe that this is a theory, okay? I believe that we can time travel, okay? And that we have memories stored in our memory bank. Maybe we can't physically go there, but the thing is, we were physically in the past at one point. We have those memories with us now, and thinking back to those memories, replaying those memories, and you can have a surge of emotions from thinking back to past experiences and people. I feel like that's a form of time travel, you know? It's like I'm physically in the present right now, but mentally, emotionally, I'm in the past. So, I mean, that's like a form of time travel, people. I don't know. It's a theory. I'm just thinking. Yeah. And it's funny because retrograde is technically like we're going backwards. The planet is going backwards. And so that Mars in retrograde in the sign of Cancer is making you go back in time to where you had these bonds and these relationships and these family experiences. You felt these emotions, and it's giving you a second chance to relive and work through this baggage, it's kind of like sorting out these emotions. There's a trap to get stuck and stagnant within those memories, but it's important not to get stuck there and not to get caught in the trap of like, oh, it was so good back then. You know, nostalgia puts rose-colored glasses on us sometimes, but to just learn gratitude and compassion. Like, I'm compassionate for that person. I'm grateful for that experience. I'm compassionate towards the past version of me that may have allowed something I would have never allowed now, or I had friends I would never be friends with now, or that was so angry at this person for what they did. But now you have a new perspective, hopefully, on the situation, so you can have more compassion and gratitude for that experience, for that person, for that thing, and hopefully make peace, whether that is reconciling with that person or just making peace with the past and how you felt and what you went through, and consider what that other person was going through as well, while still honoring your emotions and your feelings and your memory and perspective, personal experience. Because again, it's in retrograde, so you're going internally. That's why a lot of people who have retrograde planets in their natal chart, they tend to be more not self-absorbed or self-centered, because those terms have negative connotations, even though they shouldn't really, you know, from a neutral standpoint, they shouldn't have negative connotations. It just is what it is. But more, I guess you could say self-reflective. Their experience in this lifetime is more internal than external in whatever area that planet rules. So if somebody is born with a retrograde Mars, then their actions won't be loud. It won't be external actions like them chasing something. It would be more internal, like their actions to sit down and self-reflect on a decision. That's where they take action. They're taking the action of thinking about this, or they're doing something internally, working with their energy to make a decision or to have a certain outcome or make a choice. I can delve into that too, like birth charts, retrograde planets in the natal chart. Yeah, but overall, this transit, it was a perfect time to calm down, slow down, reflect on how far you've come, and honor how you feel about it now. And it's not about regret, and it's not about guilt or shame. It's not about, oh, I wish I had done this. It's not about shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's really about closure, okay? And hopefully a lot of you got closure in those areas of your life, whether that is relationships, whether that is just coming to peace with certain memories and emotions, and just putting to rest any baggage, like really burying the hatchet, you know, and just being like, look, I'm waving the white flag, peace, you know, throughout all. And it's really good that it was in Mars, because you're calming that aggression, you know, you're calming any anger, and again, finding that closure, releasing that emotional baggage. And hopefully you guys all successfully did that, and you can move forward now with a clean slate, with compassion and gratitude for the past, and a new found vision for the future. Okay, that is all I have for you guys. I love you all. Subscribe for more. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below how this Mars in Cancer retrograde affected you. I'd love to hear how this affected everybody. And yeah, I love y'all. Until the next one. Bye bye.